Former Chiefs of Air Staff, AVM Golani, Director General Capt, I think he's just gone outside to see off the Chief. Senior veterans, diplomats, scholars, media personnel, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed a proud honor and a privilege for me to be chairing the second session of the 16th Jumbo Majumdar International Seminar on a very, very interesting theme, that is namely the transformative technologies in aerospace power. In this session, we shall be discussing three very pertinent and interesting topics for the Indian Air Force, which shall be covered by three highly articulate, erudite, and qualified Air Force officers. And it is indeed a pleasure to be sharing this session with them. Just a few ground rules and a slight departure from what was done in the first session. We will go through the three speakers one after the other first, and thereafter come up with the question and answers in the end. Just a few opening thoughts. Technology has shaped the character and the conduct of air wars. And air wars in turn have shaped the destiny of humanity. The recent wars in Ukraine, in Israel, and a few years earlier in Azerbaijan, Armenia, have indicated that disruptive technologies and innovative weapon platforms are now being developed at a pace that has been unprecedented. In fact, that has been unparalleled in the short history of air power. And these technologies and weapon platforms have transformed the very nature of air power and made it much more potent, much more lethal, and much more precise. But at the same time, these technologies have also democratized air power. They have made it available to the smaller nations with smaller defense budgets and even to non-state actors in the form of low-cost unmanned aerial vehicles. The rapid advancement in technologies have propelled air war through the industrial ages, through the information age, and now we are on the doors of entering into the automation age. And how will this fan out in the future is something that we need to look at. The rapid advancements in technology have also caused a shift in the selection of weapons from the traditional kinetic variety to the non-traditional, non-kinetic variety of weapons, wherein electronic warfare, cyber warfare, information warfare, and directed energy weapons are going to be making huge changes in the way air war is conducted. And these technologies have ensured that the blurring between the combatants and the civilians has taken place. And these technologies have also ensured that they have a devastating impact both on the physical as well as the digital variety of weapons. As far as cyber warfare is concerned, which is, it is a disruptive warfare, and it has heralded in an era of military operations where the combat zone has been reshaped into a multi-domain digital landscape where data is a loaded gun and the boundary between the physical and the digital has literally disappeared. A point that I would like to make here is that all future wars will commence with a contestation, with a competition, with a conflict in the cyberspace domain. Something that was also seen in the Ukraine war, wherein within the first few hours, the Russians had knocked out the ground infrastructure of their communication via satellites. Therefore, in all future wars, it will be seen that both state as well as non-state actors will be carrying out cyber attacks on the digital infrastructure of the enemy, wherein he shall be carrying out attacks on his power grids, the information networks, the financial networks, and the military's command and control networks. Another point that needs to be remembered here is that in a cyber attack, it is not very difficult to find out when it has taken place. But when the more difficult part is finding out the attributability, the responsibility of that cyber attack, who has done it. And having found the attributability and the responsibility of the attack, it is even more difficult to finalize an appropriate response to the cyber attack. Does a cyber attack constitute an act of war? And if yes, does it mean or does it require a reciprocal cyber attack? Or does it require a reciprocal kinetic attack? These are the queries that the nations would have to answer in the future. So I will now request the first speaker, which is A. Kumado V.V. Gupta. He is essentially an alumni of NDC, of Staff College, as well as he has done the Air War College in the USA. He is presently the PD Ops in Ops IEW, and he shall be speaking to us on the offensive and defensive cyber and EW operations. Over to you, Vivek.